Welcome, I'm Ileana. In celebration of the harvest moon, we'll be casting runes today. The harvest moon is a time when crops are ripening and the moon is so bright and is up for so long that there is more time to collect the crops even after the sun has gone down. In honor of the harvest moon, we will today be focusing on what things in your life are ready to harvest. What should you be focused on collecting? You have a choice between my terracotta runes or my white clay runes. Take your time. Look at the different sets of runes. Which one is speaking to you today? The terracotta stones will be pile 1, and the white stones will be pile 2. When you have selected which runes you wish to receive a message from for this harvest moon, skip to the timestamp or chapter, and we can get to the table. Welcome, pile 1. This stone will be my center. I like to read the runes, beginning with the rune that lands closest to my center stone. Let's cast some runes. Let's clear it out. I'll just straighten everyone out. Beautiful. Let's zoom in a little and see what we got. The rune closest to center is Awaz, meaning yew tree. It represents the tree of life, the cycle of life and death. Everything has an expiration date, including ideas and ways of living. This change can be scary, but it is also empowering as it connects everything in the physical world to the spiritual world. Evas reminds us that there are set limits to everything, but that is not a bad thing. Maybe right now you're feeling the pressure of time, of something in your life just coming to an end. This is actually very apt for the harvest moon reading, as if we don't harvest the crops, they will just rot in the fields. Let's see what's next. The next rune is Hagalas, meaning hail. This rune is very close to Iwas, so I will read them as more closely connected. Again, it is a rune that tells us that all things must come to an end. This time, though, it is through outside forces that may come suddenly, as opposed to Awaz, which tells us that everything winds down more gradually. Hagalas can tell us of a restlessness that comes from contentment, and that the world will sometimes have to step in to keep us on our toes. Hagalas, connected to Ewas, is clearly telling us that things are not only going to change, but that you are ready for this change. All transitions are difficult, and foreseeing the end of something, a project, a relationship, a living situation, can be intimidating. But both the spiritual and physical world is ready for you to move on. Let's see how that goes. This next rune is Degas, meaning day. How appropriate. Degas is the start of something new, something fresh. It means hope, clarity. Degas tells us things are going to be stable both physically and spiritually, and that new things now possible will be a good step forward. The runes are really in sync today, it seems. As you would expect, after the release of an old thing, a new thing will come along. Please release your fear of letting go of what is clearly coming to an end. The freshness and newness of the dawn is just around the corner. We still have 2 more runes to go. Let's see what they have to tell us. Now I am drawn to Isa, which means ice. Isa is a rune that indicates a blockage, a frustration, maybe patience is needed. Maybe you need to gather some more information or find out another side of the story before you can move on. It represents a spear, and some have said that it is the rune of the conqueror. However, conquerors need things to conquer, which means complications. Isa here is telling us that although yes, you have let go of the old and the universe is ready for you to move forward in your life, it will not be completely smooth sailing. This is a good warning because Isa is not a rune of stopping, just of needing to gather supplies before heading out and succeeding. These supplies may be physical or spiritual. Expect a roadblock up ahead, but know that with time, patience, and collecting like a harvest, thank you runes, but with a patient harvest, you will move past this blockage, and well, let's see what is after this delay. Here we have Tivas, meaning victory. Obviously a positive rune, but it is inverted in this casting. Tivas represents a warrior's arrow, and when upright, shows us that you can get through whatever challenge stands in your way. It can be a sign that you are feeling confident, strong, and brave. It tells us that although you may face enemies, you have what it takes to overcome. Unfortunately, it is reversed in this casting, which indicates another blockage. Unfortunate, but the runes can be brutal in their messages, especially compared to tarot. But there is no need to lose hope. You have the strength to overcome this. You may need to focus more directly on balancing your life or rediscovering a passion that will drive you to move past this. Tiwas reversed is a heavier burden than Isa, but it is not the end of the road. So, in this spread pile 1, we see that you are in a transitional period and under some pressure to change within a certain time period. But things will look better when you're on the other side of it. When things get a little rough and you feel stagnant, slow down, be patient, and search within yourself to find the desire to push through the more difficult times, and you will succeed. I now invite you to skip to the last timestamp or chapter in the video for some closing words. Hello, Pile 2. Just gonna place my center stone. I like to read my runes starting with the rune closest to the center. Let's cast the runes. Okay, let's clean it up. Now we'll zoom in and start reading. The rune closest to center is Ansus, meaning message. It represents Odin's wisdom and indicates an insight or inspiration coming to you soon. Also, it may not be a divine message, but just good advice from another person or the expression of truth, positive enthusiasm. If you are a creative person or a person interested in divining, you will find a boost in these areas. This is very good and powerful. You are in a place where you are going to start having ideas as well as the energy to implement these ideas. Be open to what you hear and see in the next few weeks. You may be struck with a good idea or find that you can communicate better than usual with other people. Next I am drawn to Gabo, meaning gift. Gabo shows us that you are a talented person and that other people will see that talent and appreciate it. Relationships are moving in a positive direction, but don't get a big head about it. When you are in a position of bounty, like a good harvest, don't forget to be generous. You are gifted internally, but we must always strive to be balanced, and that means giving as well as receiving. Gabo is telling us that the message you got from Ansus is going to lead you in the right direction and will play to your strength. This is a powerful indication that things are going to go right for you soon by you using your natural abilities to move in a positive direction. Let's see what the outcome will be. Finally, we come to Awaz, meaning yew tree. It represents the tree of life, the natural cycle of birth and death, connecting tissue between the spiritual and physical world. Is this movement, this cycle? The spirit world is on your side when you play their game and release that which is no longer viable to them. This is a good and natural thing, and you can feel the connection and the sense of purpose. There are limits to all things, and this is good. Here Awaz is telling us that all endeavors have an end point and that you should not try to fight or prolong it unnaturally. Even if something may feel good, if you drag it out past its natural conclusion, it will start to feel bad because you are disconnected from the universe and its laws. In summary, Baal 2, you will soon become inspired or receive good advice that resonates with you. Act on that feeling. It will lead you to a place where you can thrive by putting your natural talents to use. Nothing feels better than to be in the zone of working to your natural strengths. However, this may not be a long-term project, and when it's over, accept that it is done. Use this time of productivity, however short, to your advantage, and savor the feeling of confidence it gives you. It will not last forever, but rest assured that just as things end, more opportunities will, at some point, begin for you. I now invite you to skip to the final timestamp or chapter of this video for some closing words. Thank you for joining me today. I'm so glad we found each other for this Harvest Moon reading. It truly is the time to harvest and collect things that you've been sowing and tending to. Goals are important not only to drive you forward, but to see their completion and to find the confidence in that, in yourself. 'Cause Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. I would love to hear how this reading has resonated with you. Until next time, goodbye.